Evening guys, thanks for tuning in again and welcome to our third class. I hope we're all starting to get into the routine of things and starting to relax as much as we can. I thought I'd start off with a little bit of lateral breathing tonight, just to again just focus down on the breath, down to our mats, and get us in the right frame of mind for getting the most out of our class. So it's also a really nice recap for our lateral breathing as well, our belly breathing, our thoracic breathing, whatever you're used to it being called. I was just going to start by drawing our attention to our waist. Shoulders relaxing down, thinking about our posture, head and neck relaxed. A nice soft back, so setting that neutral. We're going to take a nice breath in. And as we breathe in, we're going to push that belly forward. And as we exhale, we're going to tighten the notch on our belts, engaging through your tummy muscles. Nice breath in, push forward, fill that balloon. And breathe out. Gentle drawing through pelvic floor, tighten through the tummy. Some nice rounds of breath here. Breathe in. Fingertips draw apart, breathe out. Tighten and connect with the core, lengthen through the spine, breathe in. Belly forward, breathe out. Tighten and contract, continuing the breath in. Forcing all the air into the lower part of the tummy and breathing out. Tightening and connecting with all of those muscles, breath in. And breathe out. Tightening, couple more rounds of breath in. And breathing out. And breath in. Breathing out. Lovely. Maintaining that nice central position now, lengthening up through the spine. I'm going to stretch off through our piriformis. With our piriformis stretch, want to straighten through one leg. Now remember, you can use blocks or towels if you need to prop yourself up a little bit more. So we're going to straighten out through one leg, bend the other leg, hug it into you, remain nice and upright in your posture. This leg is now going to go over that opposite leg, and we're gently going to hug this knee across our body. So rather than it just being in neutral, really draw it in and across and lengthen up. And again, some nice lateral breaths. Breathing in, push belly forward, breathe out, tighten through the tummy. When you start to feel things relaxing off a little bit, any tension that might be built up around that side of a hip, just draw that knee in a little bit further across your body. Some nice breaths, continuing to breathe. Maintaining that nice posture. One last breath. Lovely. Relaxing off. We're going to balance out through the sides now. Straightening this leg, bending the opposite leg, popping it across that body, resetting that centre if you needed to. Draw it across now. Feel that gentle stretch. Some nice breaths. Keep lifting and lengthening. Gently drawing that knee across. Couple more, keep your shoulders nice and soft. And gently relaxing off. Bringing those knees in now and bringing those feet in. We want to try our best to encourage those feet to stick together. Now I'm quite tight into my adductors here, as most of you know through doing class with me. So we're just going to first let gravity take the weight of those legs down to the mat, so you can see mine doesn't move an awful lot. Lengthening up through the spine, shoulders, back pockets. Again, nice connection with the core, and just enjoying some breaths here. Again, it's another one. You gently can just lower those knees as we start to feel the stretch on those inner thighs. Release. Couple more rounds of breath. Lovely. We're going to use the overpressure of the elbows now just to encourage a little bit more of a stretch. So just gently encouraging. That's it. We can get a little bit more range now. Keeping lengthened in the spine, shoulders back, breathe in. And breathe out. More rounds of breath. Lovely, relaxing off. If it's comfortable for you to cross your legs in this position now, please do. If not, you can pop legs wherever's comfortable for you. I want you to try your best to feel quite evenly distributed in those sitting bones, and again thinking of top to toe, check lengthening through. We're going to cross those arms now here. Do have a little bit of thoracic twist now, which is not suitable for those of you that are osteoporotic. So do take care. We only want to do a tiny little rotation and back, okay? Otherwise, we're going to breathe out as we rotate as far as we can go. Feeling quite stiff in this region. Nice breath in here. Breathe out gently back. Keep these shoulders back and down. Exhale, rotate to the other side. Inhale to hold. Exhale back. Now the trick with this one is not to continue those arms moving around and cheating and making us feel like we're going further than we actually are. We want to keep those arms nice and glued in towards us. Breathing out as we rotate. You can see noticeable difference. Stiff on this side. Breath in. Breathe out. Lengthening round. Nice breath in here. Breathe out. All the way to the other side. Nice breath in. Keep your shoulders soft. Breathe out. Keep lengthening this spine. Inhaling. And exhaling all the way to the other side. Breath in to hold. And breathe out. Breathe in here. Breathe out, change sides. Breath in. Last one to each side, breath in. Breath in here. And back to centre. Lovely, relaxing off. Do alter your leg position at any time if you need to. If you're quite happy to remain in this position, please do. We're going to now come into a little bit of dumb waiter, which really creates good awareness of our shoulder setting. So we want to again think of top to toe check, head and neck in neutral, shoulders, little lead weights drawing down into back pockets. Now the key with this one is that we keep our imaginary peaches in between our elbows and our waists. Soft at those shoulders, tighten the tummy. We're holding those trays of drinks. We're going to breathe out as we serve those trays of drinks. Squeeze the back of the shoulder blades just a touch without overdoming and sticking through. Rib cage losing that neutral. So keeping it down, breath in to return. Exhale. Inhale back. Breathing out. Connect with the back of the shoulders. Keep the rib cage soft. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep those peaches there. It's almost like your elbow is on a door hinge. So try not to squeeze in here or over. Stick out through those arms, keeping them balanced. Exhaling. Quite a good one to do in front of a mirror just to see if you're in the right kind of setting. Exhale. Inhale. Now turning it into Cleopatra, a little bit more control here. So as we exhale and turn the arms out, we're going to turn them over. We're going to lengthen through the fingertips, but without hunching through the shoulders. We're going to breathe into those fingertips, and then we're going to breathe out as we gently come back to that starting point. So it's an exhale. Serve the drinks, palms over. Lengthen through the fingertips, keep the shoulders down. Breath in, feel that stretch to the fingertips. Breathe out gently back. Exhale. Breathing out, we're contracting through those tummy muscles, contracting through pelvic floor. Inhaling, we can relax them off. Keep the length in the spine for me. Breath in, breathe out. Exhale. Keeping shoulders away from ears. Keeping nice and tight through the tummy. Couple more reps for me. Breathing out, breath into fingertips. Some of you might feel a nice neural stretch into the fingers. This is perfectly fine if you're a little bit tight. Just don't force it into anything that's uncomfortable. We'll go for our last one now. Breathing out, breath into the fingertips. Breathing out, gently back. Lovely. Bringing those arms back to a nice neutral starting position. The starting position that we had for dumb weights. Now serve the drinks forward. Breathe in to return. We're going to serve the drinks forward on the exhale. And then when you come back in, I want you to zip your shoulders back and down. Connect with the back of those shoulder blades. You control them. They don't control you. Keep them away from your ears. Breathing out. Breath in. Breathing out. Breath in. Serve the drinks forward. Keep the shoulders down. Exhale. Inhale back. Still belly breathing. Still working through your pelvic floor. Lovely. Couple more. Exhaling forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Lovely. Relaxing those arms. Altering leg position if you need to. Shoulders back. Chin tucks, the most attractive cervical spine exercise. Breathe out. Breath in. So we're coming out of our shell and retracting back in. So we're sticking out our chin forward and we are creating a lovely double chin when we go back. Sticking forward and back. So a nice stretch on those muscles either side. If we're recovering from any cervical spine issues, I do want you just to take care with this one. Only work into ranges that are comfortable for your head and neck. We are still thinking of top to toe check here, so we are still gliding down through those shoulders. We are still thinking of sitting on those sitting bones. We're still soft in the back. Breathing out. Breath in. Couple more. And last one. Lovely, relaxing here. Okay, so we're going to come to 4-point kneeling now. Four-point kneeling setting. Arms shoulder distance. Legs hip distance. Making sure that wrists are not directly loaded underneath those shoulders, but just gently a little bit more further forward, but knees are under hips. Okay. We're going to go for some shoulder dips whilst we're here. So we're going to try and isolate the shoulder movement, the scapulothoracic movement. Quite a challenging one. I know some of you struggle with this one in class. Ideally, we want to keep soft and pliable at those elbows. So take care not to lock out through those arms, but keep them bouncy. We're going to look down into our mat and we're gently going to lower down our chest in between those arms. Dipping down, you should feel your shoulder blades start to pinch in together, but try not to hunch them up towards your ears and keep them down into your back pockets. Breathe in here, then breathe out. We're going to imagine a hot poker is coming up from our mat and we're trying to take the chest away, rounding through that top part of the back and opening up through those shoulder blades. Breath in here, breathe out, dip back down, shoulder blades coming together, pinching fingertips, drawing down into back pockets as far as you're comfortable. Breath in here, breathe out, draw that chest away, avoid that hot poker, Lengthening out, keeping your elbows soft. Still drawing in through tummy, still connecting here, okay? Lowering down and back up. So we've got some nice protraction and retraction of the shoulder, working your serratus anterior, working all those stabilising muscles, keeping shoulder blades away from the ears, which is going to start to slowly over time get rid of some of that tension that we feel in the tops of our shoulders where our upper traps start to do all the work. Gently drawing in. Couple more. Come to centre ourselves. Okay, upper body completely relaxed now. We're going to come to thoracic, mid-back level, okay? Around, kind of just above the bra straps for those girls, for those of you that do wear bras. And then coming into that thoracic region now. It's quite a tough one because we want to keep everything else still, but it's a little pop of that region is if you're trying to push it towards the sky and relax off. We shouldn't be seeing any dipping in the lower back or any movement in the pelvis. A little bit of a push and down. It's just a smidget movement. It's trying to isolate thoracic spine. I think I feel like I'm moving a bit into my shoulders because my thoracic is quite stiff. Up and down. A little rib cage flare up towards the sky and down. Up towards the sky and down. A little pop. You might not be able to pick up too much on the camera here, which is, if that's the case, which is really good, because I don't want you to see too much movement here. Little pop up, pop down. Couple more. Okay, now we're going to come to lumbar spine. So we want you to be able to kind of push up through lumbar and dip down, but without getting too much pelvic involvement. So I want you to almost just tuck your tailbone under a smidget and then relax off, so you're getting a little bit of lumbar flexion and extension, but without doing too much movement around our pelvis. I think I can feel my pelvis starting to get involved. And upper body wants to stay completely still. And then now let's move and tuck that tailbone in between the legs, so we are now getting that overall rock of the pelvis back and forth. But again, try to do this without getting the rest of your body involved. So this is not a cat stretch, this is just pelvic tilts. Try and keep everything else nice and relaxed. Tucking that tailbone in between the legs, sticking out that bottom and relaxing off. Lovely. So just a little bit of kind of bringing us back down to basics of the spine, trying to move everything individually. It's quite tough, tougher than it looks. Maybe get you with a half to see if you can isolate these areas here. Okay. Lovely. So we're going to go now for a little bit of a bicep curl plus a hamstring curl. So we're in 4-point kneeling. Do adjust to those wrists if you need to. You could even come down to this position if it's a little bit easier on your wrists, although you'll find it a little bit more tricky to do the biceps. You can do them from here. Ideally, I want you to take out your opposite arm and opposite leg, lengthening out the mat, lifting, trying to maintain in neutral, palm up towards the sky. We're going to breathe out, so bicep curl and hamstring curl. Breathe in, come back, keep it steady. Exhale for 2, and exhale for 3, and exhale for 4, and 5. Squeeze the glutes, and 6. Remain looking down into your mat. 7. Tucking in through your tummy. 8. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. Bring it back. Back to neutral. Quite a tough one. Loads the shoulder. Can feel the stability in the glutes. Just wag that tail back and forth, just releasing off through that lower back for me. Okay. Changing sides, set that neutral, lengthen out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, gently hover up. Try not to overarch that back. Palm upwards, breathe out for 1. And 2, squeeze that bum cheek. And 3. You could put some weights in here if you had them. 4. And 5, and 6. Breathing out for 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Lovely. Relax into shell stretch. Fully flex to the knees if you can. If not, hover position is perfectly fine here, as we've worked before. Taking some nice breaths into that rib cage. Lovely. Gently coming back to 4-point kneeling. In that 4-point kneeling position now, we're going to go for a little bit of hip twist, but in 4-point kneeling. So we're nice and neutral, okay? We're going to float a leg up. Now what you can do actually, I'll show you a lower down version. We can breathe out, glide the knee out, bring it back. Exhale, out, inhale, back. Still works those abdominals, still perfectly safe. Exhale, engage and back. You can feel that work into the glutes. Or you can take leg up, work it here. Exhale and inhale. Breathing out for 2. Keeping shoulders back and down. 3. Try not to tip that pelvis. 4 and 5 and 6. Engage through the tummy. 7 and 8. 9. Tray of drinks on the bum. And 10. Relax off. Again, picking the same level, opposite side. Exhale for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7. Breathing out for 8, 9 and 10. Lovely. Relax. Resetting that neutral. We're gently going to come down for a little bit of arm openings. I haven't put any of these into my last couple of classes. Really feeling stiffening up throughout the thoracic spine at the moment. Don't know about you guys. So, arm openings again, suitable for the majority. Just want to take care with too much rotation again for the osteoporotic clients or those that are kind of struggling into the thoracic region. We're going to pop our head right on the tip of this towel here for me. And the arm's going to come out in front. The knees are quite stacked, similar to clamshells. You're checking that your heels are in line with your bottom. Just pop them down nice and softly. This lengthened hip away, so we create a nice little gap here. So, with our breathing, we're going to inhale to 12 o'clock, and then we're going to exhale as we connect with the back of the shoulder. Keep the hips shining, headlights forward. And then exhale as we start to rotate from that mid-back. Oh, I've missed that. Lovely. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out to come all the way back, okay? So if you are struggling with that one, we can just exhale and inhale down. Still connecting with the back of the shoulder. Can add in a stretchy band here, as we normally do for a little bit of resistance if you've got one to hand at home. Otherwise, inhale to 12. Exhale, connect the shoulder. Keep the hips, try not to let them tip, okay? Keep them pinned forward, breathing in to hold, breathe out back. Still maintaining that nice little mouse hole in between your waist and the mat. Nice straight arm back. Connect with that shoulder. It's really important to draw that shoulder back down into its back pocket, because if you continue this movement just like so, you are restricted. Your shoulder blade will not glide correctly. You do need to zip it back. Make sure it's gliding. You get that lovely rotation. You open up throughout the front of the chest, which is so nice. A good stretch through those pecs. A couple more for me. Gently back. Feel that connection. Lovely. That's nice. Gorgeous. Just keep him forward. Now I feel like I want to kind of lean back a little bit tonight because I'm quite stiff, and gently back. That's lovely. Okay, Relaxing palm to palm and just taking in some nice breaths whilst you're there. Lovely. Now this arm, if it's comfortable to do so, it's going to lengthen out behind us. If not, you can just adjust it as long as head and neck is in neutral. Okay. We're going to lengthen out through those legs. Check we can see the toes, okay? Soft bend in that bottom leg. Lift and lower now. We're going to breathe out as we take a toe up to the sky and breathe in as we dig the heel back down. Nice exhale up, inhale down. Trying to maintain our little gap, which is the hardest part. I want you to connect with the glutes. Check we can still see those toes. You shouldn't be seeing the whole foot. You should just see your tiptoes there, okay? Just to make sure that we've got that leg in line. Exhale up, inhale down. A little bit of support with those fingertips if you need it. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhaling up, inhaling down. I know a couple of you actually, it's come to light recently, really struggle with taking this leg up into abduction. So a modification for you, well, or a different exercise here, would be small hand weight can of beans, just gently taking it down, gliding the shoulder blade, coming back up. Nice exhale down and inhale up. So you could replace that one here with that exercise. Couple more. Okay, now take it back up at the end of range, engage here, make sure we're not overarching through the back, we're in neutral, we're going to pulse, little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently down. Whew. And back up towards the sky, little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, feeling that burn. Ah! And back up again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. Soft bending that leg, give that bum a good old rub. Oh my goodness, I can feel that bum tonight. Okay, so we're going to stretch off throughout the front of the thigh now. So you could just take pant leg, sock, a band or magic circle or anything you've got hold of to bring that foot towards you. Okay, take care with those knees and ankles. Ideally, we want to check that that knee is in line with the hip, trying to bring that heel towards the bottom, okay, and then push. This is where we are allowed to lose a bit of neutral as we push through the tummy to increase that stretch. And again, some nice breaths whilst we're here. Lovely stretch. When you're quite tight through the anterior thigh, it's really, really nice. Missed my foam roller. It's currently at the studio. I've got a spiky ball though. I'm barely breathing, nice and deep and low. Lovely, couple more rounds of breath. Lovely, okay, relaxing off. So we're going to repeat those exercises on our opposite side. So do take your headrest to your other end of your mat. Setting ourselves up. Okay, so again, head and neck in neutral, arms outstretched. Check heels are in line with bottom, popping it down, lengthening that top waist, little mouse gap. So remember, we've either got an exhale to 12 o'clock and an inhale back, or an inhale to 12 o'clock. The exhale, connect with the back of the shoulder, continue to rotate, keeping those hips. You can go as far back as you're comfortable with this one, providing that those hips don't follow. Nice breath in to hold, breathe out gently back. Inhale, exhale. Need this one tonight, it's nice. Nice floaty and glidey, yet in control of those shoulders, of the core. Sitting back, breath in, breathe out. Lovely. Really nice. You're holding on to a really lightweight balloon, lifting your arm, nice control. Headlights on that pelvis facing forwards. Do feel free to pause these at any time if you feel that you want to work into something a little bit longer, or if you want to do a couple more on a particular side as a form of rehab for something that feels quite stiff or quite weak. Do that too. Really good idea whilst we've all got some time on our hands, she says. I feel like I'm doing a 12-hour day at the minute with the kids. And a couple more for me. And last one. Lovely. Coming back palm to palm. Adjusting that body now for lift and lower. Long outstretched arms, see those fingertips. Support that head and neck, get it in a nice neutral position. Not too extended, not too flexed, okay? Check we can still see those toes. Slight bend in that bottom leg. If you can do it with both legs long, fair play, go with that. A little bit more challenging, or quite a lot more challenging. Tonight I'm just going to stick with this level for you. Breathing out and breath in. Point the toe up to the sky, connect with the glute, heel back down. Breathing out. 4 and 5. Keep lifted away from that mat. 6 and 7. 8, 9 and 10. Let's hold it up there now, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. Good. Back up again and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and pull. Relax rather. Woo. And back up for the last lot for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and down. Relax. Oh, pat that bum. Oh, that's awful. Awful that time. Okay, taking hold again. Pant legs, socks, anything you can grab hold of that you're happy. 2, checking that knee is in line with that hip, trying to bring the heel to the bottom. Push the hips forward, feel that nice stretch, and hold that stretch for me. If you start to feel it relax off, you can increase it a little bit more by pushing that pelvis or that tummy forward. Lovely, gently relaxing off. Nice, okay. Coming to pop now. That towel or block or whatever you're using currently to support head and neck. And we are going to go for a little bit of glute stretch. Glute and hamstring. I tell you what we'll do. We'll go for some nice neural sliders. Remember again, antenatal to second trimester onwards, we want to be in this kind of position, whether you're using your arms to prop you up here, making sure we're not sinking into shoulders, or whether you want to prop a load of cushions in behind your back, okay? Keeping bumping nice and close towards you. We're going to go for a little bit of neural sliders, okay? So what I want you to do is bring the leg to tabletop, gently tuck it in, lengthen that leg, point the toes, and then drop that leg back down.
Probably best starting with this one so you see a little bit clearer. Knee into you. It's a bit like a cycling action, lengthening up, gently bringing that leg down and exhaling, knee back in, continuing to exhale as we lengthen, breathe in at the bottom. Quite a good challenge as well for keeping those hips nice and steady, so we are using core whilst we're here. We're breathing out as we bring that flexion on, gently adding in that sciatic nerve stretch. So for those of you that do get quite irritated in the sciatic nerve, only bring that knee in and lengthen up as far as you're comfortable at the back of that knee and the back of that leg. Exhaling up, inhale here, breathing out, cycling up, good stretch. Keep your spirit level across that pelvis. Breathing out, couple more. Last one. Pop that one in for Mum's shirt, she loves this one. And changing sides, cycling up, breathing out. Breath in here. Make sure back doesn't arch. We're trying to keep back in neutral for me. Tighten through those lower core muscles. Again, not pushing it into a stretch that's irritating anything in particular. Listening to your body, taking your time with it, breathing out. Breath out. Couple more. Relaxing off. Resetting that neutral for me. Lovely. Okay. So, we're going to go for abdo prep plus scissors level 1. So, abdo prep is perfectly fine in your first trimester, but if you're coming into second or third, what I do want you to do is just the scissors level 1 by itself, which is an exhale and an inhale back. An exhale and an inhale back, okay? And for those of you that are feeling quite comfortable in the lower back or quite happy to come into flexion and into abdo prep, we're going to lift up here, not over tucking that chin, making sure we've got that orange size distance in between chin and chest, shoulders gliding into back pocket, and we're going to exhale here, inhale back, exhale here, inhale back. To bring it up to that next level, we can come into double tabletop. Again, if you're quite happy in the lower back, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, breathing out, breathe out, breathe out. Continuing working here. Exhale, and exhale, and exhale, and exhale. Two more to each side. And relax with those knees in. A little bit of mobility on that lower back. Little circles one way, little circles the other way. Back to it now, either single leg stretch. Again, working at those different levels. So either we are antenatal propped up here, or we are working into a single leg stretch here. If you just prefer to do this on your back, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, or exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, or scooping up again into that abdo prep and again adding your legs on in the same order. So either exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, or exhaling, inhaling. A lot of information there. Just different legs with or without our abdo prep. Flat on your back, or at 45 degrees with that cushion for antenatal clients. Breathe out. Continue to exhale, keeping those backs nice and flat. You want those legs, if you're working at this level, in line with the opposite leg here. No lower, no higher. 2 more to each side. Not over tucking that chin. Hugging those knees in. Again, gentle little bit of mobility in this lower back. Now let's drop down through one leg, lengthen through the other for a nice hamstring stretch. Bring that big toe down towards you, lengthening out the back of that leg. Gently relaxing into it. Making sure that your bottom's nice and flat on that floor. Sacrum is melting down into that mat. You can take your big toe off if that's too much irritation in the back of that leg or too much of a stretch. Lovely. Okay, bringing that leg now into a nice gluteal stretch, the figure of 4 position, leaving it to rest either here and just adding a little bit of overpressure, or looping in behind that leg to come into that nice gluteal work and holding that here. Connecting with that breath, breathing nice and deep and low. Lovely. Gently lowering down, changing over the legs now. So nice hamstring stretch on this side. Big toe on if you want to. Nice and soft and spongy at that knee. And lovely, now taking it into that gluteal stretch, either over pressure here or looping in. Nice bum cheek stretch there, figure of 4 position. Nice and relaxed in the upper body. Continuing to stretch. Lovely. Okay, coming back down now, we're going to go just for a nice little bit of hip twist level 2. So for those of you that are osteoporotic, I want you to just stick to level 1, which is our exhale as we move out and inhale as we come back, keeping those hips nice and steady. But if you're okay working at level 2, you don't feel any discomfort with this exercise, we can glue those feet together, glue those knees together. Your arms are going to come out at a nice T shape, making sure that your palms are facing downwards. I'm a little bit limited on room on this side, so just ignoring me there. And we're going to be looking over one shoulder as we take our legs over to the opposite direction. Nice breath in here, and then breathe out as we try and stick the spinal segments back down into the mat individually. So you're going to pin down, pin down, pin down, pin down, pin down, contracting those obliques, taking them over to the other side. Nice breath in here. Breathe out again. Draw down that back and abdominals, scooped in as we roll those knees back to centre and look over our opposite side. Breathing in, breathing out. Now this one is fine to do antenatally as long as you are propped up in this position and we're just gently taking those knees side to side with less focus of really drawing in and contracting the root through those tummy muscles, but just gently rocking for a nice little bit of spinal mobility. Okay, so continuing with what you're happy with and what you're working at, engaging through the core. Nice breath in here. Just some really nice spinal mobility. Just freeze up in that lower back if you're feeling a little bit stiff. But also gets the obliques firing up and the abdominals firing up. Even at this level, it's quite nice. Exhaling all the way over. Inhaling to hold, exhaling, inhale to hold, couple more each direction, breathing out, breath in, and breathing out, breath in, and gently coming back to centre. Nice. Okay, setting ourselves up again into double leg stretch. Just a nice, again, starting to cool down a little bit into nice mobility of upper and lower body. So we're going to take those arms up. We've got those wrists above those shoulders. As the arms go above the head, now keeping the rib cage pinned down, we're going to take a leg and slide it down the mat. We're going to do nice big arm circles here, and then we're going to bring those arms back in as that leg comes back in, and then alternate the sides. So it's an exhale, arms out, legs out, pin the rib cage, nice big swooping circle. Inhale, bring the leg back in as the arms come back in, changing sides again. You want nice stability at the hips, making sure that the back's not too flat or too arched. Nice stability at those shoulders as far as you're comfortable without picking up through that rib cage, keeping that rib cage nice and pinned down. Breathing out, breath in. Breathing out, breath in. Breathing out, breath in. Continuing to work, pinning down, using some nice abdominal connection, using some nice work mobility at those shoulders, keeping those shoulders nice and pinned down. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Two more to each side. Gently back in. Lovely. Hug those knees in again. Nice little bit relaxed off here. Lovely. So we're going to come over onto our side now and then gently up into 4-point kneeling. I did talk about cooling down, however, I have gone and thrown the plank in here, but there are 3 different versions of our plank. We have our 4-point kneeling position, so we're set up in our 4-point kneeling. We're going to come down here, make sure you're not overarching through that back, but you're nice and scooped in, shoulders back and down, holding it here. Or we're going to walk the knees back from this position, so we create this nice straight back position here, and working here. Or of course then we have our full plank version and holding there. So we're going to hold for 60 seconds, keeping our abdominals nice and glued in for me and holding. Keeping scooped in, shoulders soft, looking down into your mat. Good work, guys. Keep holding halfway there. Keep scooping in. Don't dip down into lower back. Keep nice and drawn away. Shoulders soft. You can do this. Keep scooping in through your tummy. Keep breathing normally. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax off, shell stretch. Nice breath in here. Gently walking those hands in. Resetting the spine from here. Nice and lengthened. Lovely. So what I've put in now are some monkey walks. I just want to do them nice and slowly. Obviously for those of you that are taking care with those backs and are unable to come into flexion, I do want you to soften the knees instead. So just as an idea, I'm going to pop those feet under here and come into this kind of downward dog style position before walking the hands and restacking the spine up here. Okay, for those of you that are obviously struggling to come into that full flex position, I would prefer you to come up onto your knees here, walk your hands in, and then gently restack back up from there, so you're keeping a little bit more softness in those knees and the back is not overarching into that forward flexion. Okay, then you're going to walk your hands back out or soften your knees back down to come back into that position. Breath in here, breathing out, exhaling. Nice breath in at the top. Exhale, we're going to come down. Breathe in here, breathe out, walk the hands out, soften down through those knees again. Nice breath in here. Breath out, walk the hands back. Restack. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out. Curling down, knees nice and soft, nicely controlling the spine. Walking those hands out, softening down. Breath in here. Breath out, walking back in. Restacking back up. Let's leave it here in standing for me. Lovely. Coming to the centre of our mats. Let's have a little nosy what we've got going. Okay. Legs hip distance. Nice lengthen, setting through that spine again. Let's float those arms up, shoulder height. Breath in here, breathe out. We're just going to go for some very gentle toy soldier arms with calf raises now. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling. Pinning that rib cage down. Nice mobility, all joints soft and floaty. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling. Lovely. 2 more to each side. Relax, bringing those arms down. Again, softening through the centre. Arms floating up. Circle forward on the exhale. Circle back on the exhale. We're forward circling and we are backwards circling. Nice and slow. Exhaling. 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 Ribcage nice and still. Knees nice and soft. Nice connection with the tummy. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Couple more each way. Exhaling. 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 And exhaling, relaxing those arms down, some nice shoulder shrugs, rolling back into back pockets. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Lovely. Couple more. And relax off. Taking this time now to thank you all guys again for tuning in to this 3rd class. Again, either using blocks if you've got some left, or you can follow that PayPal link just to do a donation if you can manage it. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. But thanks so much for supporting me and the studio and keeping it there for when we get back. You're all amazing and I hope you're all doing really well and keeping sane during this. Thanks a lot. Bye guys.